Hello, my name is Susie, and this is A Life Well Tended. I have been thinking about, considering, dreaming about starting this YouTube channel for over 5 years. But I just have to do it. I've let every excuse under the sun stop me from doing it. So this is my very first video. So welcome to my car. Part of the life that I tend is taking care of my sister who's disabled, and we are at the first of 2 doctor's visits today. And so I just decided I'm just going to do it. Just going to turn on the camera, record my very first video, and I'm going to upload it, and we're going to get this thing started. Like I said, my name is Susie. I live in East Texas, and I'm 58 years old, and I've been married for almost 31 years. We were married when we were 27, 28 years old, and my husband is a minister at a Baptist church in a very, very small East Texas town, and we have lived here ever since we got married in this small town. And so we're both from the Dallas area, so we're used to large cities, but we moved to the big town of 6,000, and then in 2020 we bought 25 acres in the real depths of the country, and the little town that our home is in is about 350 people. So we are very rural. That's a hard word to say. And but we are enjoying living out in the country in the beautiful land. We have 2 kids through adoption. After struggling for many years with infertility, we adopted our daughter in Russia when she was 11 months old. That was in 2001. And we have a son who was born right in our little small town, and he's been with us since birth. So, and he is 17 years old. So we're parents in a later stage of life, and so that is part of why I really wanted to start this channel, because I'm kind of in an ambiguous state where I am the age of a lot of the kids' grandparents who are my son's friends. And so that has its own set of circumstances with both with him and with us as parents. But we have a really blessed life. We're really thankful for the life that we live. We've been through a lot of things. We've experienced a lot of things. We are in a stage of life right now that is just, it's full, but it's slowing down a little bit. But not slowing down as much as most of the people who are in the same stage of life as us, because most people our age are grandparents. Most people a good bit younger, a lot of people a good bit younger than us are grandparents already. So we are in a very different state. I have my notes here. Sorry. Of course, I'm a little bit nervous to make this video, but I just have to do it. Just have to get it done. I'll look back on it and cringe, I'm sure. But I just need to get it out there. Why? I kind of wrote down who, what, why, where. And I'm not doing very well going by this. But why? Why do I want to make this channel? Well, it's changed throughout the years since I very first started thinking about it. I first started thinking about it when we moved from town to the country. And I've always been a homemaker type, but I wanted to incorporate homesteading in it. Well, when we moved to the country, I was already 53 years old. And so starting a homestead at 53 years old, as opposed to in your 30s or 40s or younger, is just a whole different cup of tea. So, what I thought our homestead life would look like did not materialize. I started out doing the gardening, a big garden, and all of that, but then COVID hit. It hit us. We can go through all that as we go through the years, but when you're in your 50s, things are it's just harder. Your bodies are not as strong. It's just harder to do all these things, especially when we moved to the country. My son was 11 years old, and so, and that's a big change in his age. I mean, he was still a child, 11 years old, when we moved to the country. So everything has just evolved and changed, and it will continue to. Our daughter has just recently graduated from university. She went to Liberty University, and she just graduated in December, and so we're thankful for that. We have just recently built a house on the land. When we bought the land, we bought it planning to build probably in about 2 years. So we found a piece of property that had something on it that we could live in until we built. And so it has a double wide mobile home on it, which we thought we'd live in just for a little while we built. Well, it's been over 5 years now, and we just moved into our new home that we built about 3 months ago at the beginning of November. So we were in that mobile home, and it just always felt temporary. I never felt planted, I guess, because it just felt temporary. We always knew it was temporary. And so now I feel grounded. I feel like we're not just in a temporary place anymore. Why this channel? Several reasons. I really am looking to build a community. I'm looking to share our lives. I mean, in this stage of life, we've been through a lot of things. We've had a lot of experiences. We've grown, and we've built a long-standing, loving marriage, and I feel like we just have a little bit to share. Now, my husband won't probably be much involved in this channel. Maybe later he will, but right now it'll just pretty much be me. But I feel like we have something to share. We're in a stage of life that is very unusual. And there are not very many people in this stage of life that I've met in real life. When you have a baby, or adopt a baby, as we did at 40. I was 40 when he was born, and 2.5 weeks later I turned 41. So when you're 40, 41, and you have a baby, you still have a lot of energy. You're still now at 58, I say you are still in the younger years at 40. But when that child becomes a teenager, 17, 18, you're in your late 50s, and there's just a whole lot of change that happens in those years. So I have not met very many people. I don't know if I've met anybody who is in this very same stage that I'm in. And so I'd like to reach out and meet people who are living similar types of life that I am. There's a fly in here. Maybe there's somebody else out there. Maybe I'm not a unicorn, but maybe there are other people out there that are in the similar stage. There are lots of things that I enjoy doing. I love homemaking and homekeeping and gardening, and keeping up with a teenager, keeping up with a young adult. My husband is a minister, so I have a lot of church responsibilities, which I enjoy. And like I said in the beginning, we're here at the doctor with my sister, and she lives alone, but I attend to her business affairs and medical and all of those types of things. So I have a full plate, and I would just like to get to know you. If you would like to leave a comment down below, let me know where you're from. I'm in East Texas. I don't know if I told you that or not, but I'm in East Texas with the pine trees and the heat in the summer and the heat in February. It's 64 right now, and we were in ice last week, but today we're 64 degrees right now. But I'd love to get to know you. I'd love to build a community of people who either are in this stage of life or know someone in this stage of life. If you're just interested in seeing a life that's in this stage of life, if you're just interested in homekeeping, if you're interested in I don't know, I just want to reach out and make some friends. And I'd love to grow a community here and really get to know you and just share the things that I enjoy doing. We have such a varied collection of events and happenings and things that have built our lives that I've been told several times by people. They'll say, "Girl, you need to write a book." And which I've always, even as like, I can remember back in 6th grade thinking, I want to write a book. But it's 2026. I know people do still read books, but it's 2026. So I thought, well, instead of writing a book, which I may still do one day, who knows, let's just start a YouTube channel and build a community of friends. You can't make friends with a book, and but we could build a community of friends and share our lives together. So please say hello down below in the comments. Let me know where you're watching from, and I look forward to getting to know you over time, and hopefully this will get better, because this is my first time, and it's kind of embarrassing sitting in a parking lot making a video, but I'm sure I'll get better at it. I'll get over it. But thank you for being here. Thank you for spending a little time with me, and I just look forward to getting to know you better. Thanks. Bye-bye.